Muslims claim that the Torah and Gospel, that the Qur'an itself confirms a bunch of times, has been corrupted. Now, how should Christians respond to this? Hello everyone and welcome to the channel where I help you defend your faith with truth and grace. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be looking at a common argument made by Muslims that the Bible, especially the Torah and Injil or the Gospel, has been corrupted. Now, many will cite Surah 2 verse 75 to 76 from the Quran as evidence for this claim. But is that really what these verses are saying? Now, today we're going to give you 4 reasons why this claim is false and how you can respond with confidence. Let's dive right into it. Reason number 1, the Quran itself affirms the Torah and the Gospel. Now, first and foremost, while some Muslims claim that Surah 2 verse 75 to 76 accuses the Jews and Christians of corrupting their scriptures, the Quran itself affirms the Torah and the Gospel in multiple places. Let's take a look. Surah 5 verse 47 says, "Let the people of the gospel judge by what God has revealed therein." Surah 5 verse 68 states, "O people of the book, you have no ground to stand upon unless you uphold the Torah, the gospel, and what has been revealed to you from your Lord." Now, both of these verses show that during Muhammad's time, the Torah and the gospel were still considered trustworthy revelations from God. If they had been corrupted, why would the Quran tell Christians and Jews to follow and judge by them? Now, this brings us to our first key point. The Quran affirms the validity of the Torah and Gospel and doesn't state that they were textually corrupted. Reason number 2, Surah 2 verse 75 to 76 refers to distortion of meaning, not textual corruption. Now, let's talk about the actual meaning of Surah 2, verse 75 to 76, where it mentions that a group of Jews heard the words of Allah and then distorted it after they had understood it. Now, Muslims often interpret this as proof of textual corruption, but that's not what the verse is saying. The word used here for distortion is tahrif, and many prominent Muslim scholars agree that this refers to distorting the meaning of the text through misinterpretation, not physically altering the text itself. For example, Fakir al-Din al-Razi, a highly respected Islamic theologian, and Al-Tabari, one of the earliest Quranic commentators, both explained that tahrif means misinterpreting or twisting the words, not corrupting the original scriptures. So in other words, Surah 2 verse 75 to 76 refers to people deliberately misunderstanding or misrepresenting the Torah, not changing its text. So this verse doesn't prove the Bible has been altered. Reason number 3, there's overwhelming manuscript evidence for the Bible's reliability. Now let's shift to the historical evidence for the Bible's preservation. If the Bible had been corrupted, you would expect to find significant textual variations in its manuscripts. However, that's not the case. There's overwhelming manuscript evidence showing that both the Old Testament, in this case the Torah, and the New Testament that contain the Gospel have been reliably transmitted over centuries. For example, the Dead Sea Scrolls discovered in the 20th century contain portions of the Old Testament that date back at least 100 BC. Now, these scrolls show a remarkable consistency with modern versions of the Hebrew Bible, confirming that the Torah has been well preserved. The New Testament is supported by over 5,800 Greek manuscripts, with some dating back to the early 2nd century. Scholars like Craig L. Blomberg have emphasized that while minor variants exist, they do not affect the core teachings of Christianity. If the Bible had been radically corrupted, the manuscript evidence would reflect that, but instead it shows incredible consistency over time. Reason number 4, early Muslim scholars did not claim the Bible was corrupted. Finally, it's important to recognize that not all early Muslim scholars believed that the Bible was corrupted. In fact, some of the most prominent early Muslim scholars accepted the Torah and Gospel as legitimate revelations from God. Here's an example. Ibn Kathir, a respected medieval Islamic scholar, affirmed that the Torah and Gospel were genuine scriptures, even though he believed some individuals had misunderstood or misrepresented their teachings. Even early biographers of Muhammad, such as Ibn Ishaq, didn't suggest that the Torah and Gospel had been corrupted. The widespread belief in textual corruption developed later in Islamic theology. Now, this shows that the idea of Bible corruption is not universally accepted in Islamic tradition, and many early scholars recognize the integrity of the original scriptures. So there you have it. 4 reasons why the claim that Surah 2 verse 75 to 76 proves the Bible is corrupted is false. Number 1, the Quran itself affirms the validity of the Torah and the Gospel. Reason number 2, Surah 2 verse 75 to 76 refers to distortion of meaning, not textual corruption. Number 3, there's overwhelming manuscript evidence for the Bible's reliability. And number 4, early Muslim scholars did not claim that the Bible had been corrupted. When engaging in these conversations, it's important to remember to approach them with love and respect, seeking to point people to the truth with humility. Defending the faith is not about winning arguments, but helping others see the reliability of God's word. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos like this. And remember, always be ready to give an answer, but do so with gentleness and respect. If you want to support my ministry, you can do so by buying a couple of Christian merch that I've got. I've got some hats. I've got a hoodie that's coming out. It's on pre-order right now. It looks fantastic. You can also take my Christian Apologetics course online, or you can go to my Patreon account and support me that way. Peace out.